coming from Saginaw, Alabaster, that direction. And you whiz by here, you don't even notice that little dirt drive. And right up here, yeah, it's a cemetery. And I think you can just walk through this gate. I've been here before. I thought, well, I'm going to come here again. But it's not locked. But let's go look at this sign over here. So actually, I stopped here for two reasons. I've been here before. But I'd gone through Arby's. And I want a shady place to sit and eat my I don't eat roast beef. Eat my turkey and Swiss. So that was good. Here we go. That's what I was looking for. The Jones Bailey Cemetery. And there's your number to call for grave opening, tombstone placement, or maintenance concerns. And it seems to be well maintained, but I guess I'm not the only person that wants to eat here. It looks like a kind of like a Whataburger bag, I guess. Anyway, all right. Let's take a tour. An orange flag. Don't know what that's for. Now there's a stump there. Maybe they're gonna get rid of that. This has got going all around here, huh? Okay, let's go walk. Zigzag through here. We've got born 1900, lived a little less than 71 years. Got close to 71. 1905 to 57, I worked there. 55, 52 years. Guys died right before his birthday, like 10 days before his birthday. 1957, I was going on 3 years old. J.J. Marcus, 1826. Okay, am I reading that right? 1826 to 1918. 12 years. 92, correct? Is that 92 years? Right about. Beloved. I can't read the rest of that. Father. This one is, can't read it at all. I've often thought about cleaning tombstones, but you really need permission from family or the cemetery or whatever. And then on another side of it, even though it's not readable, there's a certain, what do we call it, patina, certain character to that. Here we go. Born December 25th, 1869 to 1911. Pretty young, right? Must be 30, about 40 years old. Some lived just like today. Some lived to be older than others. There's old Margie Littleton, born October 16th, did not even live a full month. Certainly had to be born with some kind of difficulty. So Charlie Littleton must have been mother. Is it Charlie? Is that a man or a woman? The way it's spelled, you would think it was a female, but 1889, 11 years, in 1972, 11, 81, 83 years old. All these were born in the 1800s, 1881. They saw the turn of the century. 1898 to 36 years old. J.L. Clark. Minnie Clark. Minnie used to be kind of a common name back then, 1902 to 1936. And these people did not have longevity in their family. 34 years old. The Clarks. There's the big Clark stone right there. Nothing readable, it just says Clark. Then we got the Holcombs. And all these are Holcombs here. R. Holcomb doesn't give months, but 1848 to 1933. 50, 80, 85. Is that correct? So if it'd been 1850, it'd be 50 years to 1900. And then 30 would be 80, and then 85. So you see, there was longevity then. It wasn't like everybody was dropping dead at a real young age. There was a lot dead. Here's in memory of Private John Holcomb, 1822 to 1899, would have been 68, about 66, 67, about my age. About my age. And then this race section here, well, the Bakers, all these were born in the 1800s, lived up into the latter part of the 1900s. So that 92 years of age, there Teresa lived 92 years, wife of Horace, and there's Horace, who lived 73 and 81 years. They had some life. Can't read that one. Well, they can kind of. 1874 to 1948 it looks like. So that would be 26 in the 60s, close to 70. J. Aldridge, 1887 to 1950, 1867. 33, 43. Did not quite make it to 50 years of age. And these are kind of unreadable. That one is one of those that looks like a scroll. It's got some quote on it. A lot of times they're Bible quote. You can't hardly read it. To 1924 maybe. So that would have been 18 years and 38, still 40-ish, yes, 40-ish. And then here is kind of what you call unmarked graves. Just a rock, no headstone. Just taking a Sunday walk through a cemetery, not a graveyard, because there is it's not connected to any church. Here's the Roberts. Well, Edmund is not buried yet. His wife was born in 1934, died in 1992. 60 years, 58? Is that right? 58 years of age? His wife died pretty young. Blaze, the sunlight on the sea, tremble waves. The ship has come with tackles of tranquility to the holiness of home, R.P. John Blocker Bird, another young 1855 to 1893, 40, 30, 32. Am I figuring that right? Come back to those here. Just a little section here, I think. Oh well. Some on this side. Smith. Here we go. 1869 to 1906. And these are all the Smiths. Somebody brought the fresh out here, and I did those others, but somebody's holding some memory here. Now, if that don't have some character to it, what's going on that one? Unreadable. Been beaten by time, weather, and so forth. The grass isn't horrific, but it's not been maintained much lately. It's kind of growing. It's 1869. There were a lot in the 1860s. 1909, been 40 years. There's the Odoms, Holcomb Odom, 86, 14, 54, didn't quite make it to 60. I tell people I've been very lucky, 66, moved on up to 67, don't know how much longer I've got, but my date is coming on in. That is just a reality. A lot of people don't like to deal with those facts, but that's what it is. 1856 to 1880, age of 23 years old, 7 months and 28 days. They've got it down. Almond Lindsay was broke, son of something Jane. Now here is a identical type stone, memory of Larry Lindsay, aged, you can't tell, 19 years. And that is a similar one there, similar. This doesn't go back too far. It's a pretty small cemetery. That's why I'm just kind of recording nonstop here. In my stroll, here's a Collins. Someone had been here sometime. I wouldn't say, probably not even this year. And that was a fresh Korea, World War II, Mary Nita Holcomb Collins. Holcomb's out here heavies. U.S. Army, World War II, 21 to 80 to 04. 83 years. Wife, mother, patriot, friend. Kept my faith even when I said I am greatly afflicted. And let's kind of step over here for the end bed. It's got those. Let's see, I can kind of walk around here. Hope you're enjoying this little tour with me. Now here's interesting. Look at this one. Homemade. It's got a flat one there. James Lewis Holcomb Jr., 58 to 2013. 2 years older than James was. He died in 2013. So 42, 52, 55 years of age, thereabouts. Yeah, 55 would have been his age. The deep sleep, the eternal darkness. And a lot of people think that when you die, your soul, they like to use that word soul, not even understanding where the word came from and what it really means. If you go back, and we live in a Christian culture, so if you go back to the Bible, if you have any understanding, not just have memorized data, but if you have any understanding, go back to the creation account. Here's one, 1897 to 1967, so 67. Whew. 67 and 3, 70 years of age, 1890. But the Bible says in the creation account that God breathed. God created man from the dust of the ground, breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul. The Bible also goes ahead in stating that the soul that sins it itself shall die. Ecclesiastes brings about a complete and total definition of death, saying that death knows nothing. There's no memory of it, there's no hate, there's no love, there's nothingness. Jesus compared death to sleep from a biblical viewpoint. And I'm not promoting Bible, but that's just kind of our culture. From a biblical viewpoint, the dead are waiting on the resurrection. So you don't die and all of a sudden find yourself a ghost and so forth. These are right up on that tree here. Almost to the end of this little tour. Here's one. They made sure this one was not going to be invaded upon. Caroline, wife of Urban Bailey. I remember this. 1825 to 1879. 54 years. That's concreted over for some reason. Like that. Looks like that concrete's been there for a while. And this one is also, okay, that is, yeah. So after she, but he said this wife in 1990, so I guess he married Jane, second wife. So he's got his whole family buried with him here. That's where that is. Let's walk over here. Walk on by. This is some more Holcombs. Jasper Holcomb, 46 to 26, 40. So that would be 54, 74 years of age. Lived 5 days past his birthday. All right, let's see here. There's one of the ants that made them a bed right there. All right, I'm not going to even try to read that one. Some of these are so weathered that you can't read anything on them. Here's the lions. Now that was a lion over there, right? Can I see one? We'll go back here. Try to connect the dots with some of these sometimes, you know. Where did I see lions before? Jane Bailey, Carolyn. Maybe not. Maybe I dreamt that one. Okay, Holcomb and Holcomb. All born 1859. All born in the 19th century. Okay, so here are the lions. John never saw the 20th century. And his wife, Mary, barely saw the 20th century. I assume his wife, it doesn't say, but they're next to each other here. So it's kind of a safe assumption, I guess. Here's Zilphia Adeline Lyons, 1857. So 75 years of age, right around in there. Mother lived. Average lifespan, 1868 to 1950 something, be 80 something. Okay, so let's go around to the last little bit of this little cemetery. And then I will be, that'll be it. There's the fence. hard to read that one. Looks like a Bailey. Something in 1919. 18 something. Wow, got a belly washer there. And you can't really see that. There's a stone, like it's a headstone, because it's kind of a footstone here. Some of these graves are not marked well. There's one right up in the shade. And here's a baker at 1915. And really in the shade here. The majority, and I'm doing a video of this, and I filled my memory card up. So I just thought, well, I'll live stream a little bit of this. But the majority of the graves in this little cemetery are indeed people that were born in the 1800s. Some did not make it into the 20th century, but some, and quite a few did. This is interesting what somebody did here on that wooden, they built that. Died in 2013. So you see some that are fairly recent, not really, if you will, like yesterday. There's Mary Collins. And then this whole section here, as you'll see when I finish the video up, is all, you got Holcombs right there. Just an interesting little cemetery here. Not a graveyard, because it is not connected to a church. And whereas I brought this up, somebody left a little toy. A little, is that a dinosaur? What's the name of that one? I can't think. Okay, but this guy right here, Mr. Bailey, and I assume that's where he's buried, but here's his first wife, Carolyn. She was born in 1825, died in 1879, and she's concreted over for whatever purpose. His second wife died in 1919, and it can't tell from the tombstone whether she outlived Irvin or not, but she is Mary Collins. And then this whole section here, as you'll see when I finish the video up, is all, you got Holcombs right there. Just an interesting little cemetery here. Not a graveyard, because it is not connected to a church. And whereas I brought this up, somebody left a little toy. A little, is that a dinosaur? What's the name of that one? I can't think. Okay, but this guy right here, Mr. Bailey, and I assume that's where he's buried, but here's his first wife, Carolyn. She was born in 1825, died in 1879, and she's concreted over for whatever purpose. His second wife died in 1919, and it can't tell from the tombstone whether she outlived Irvin or not, but she's not concreted in. When did he die? 18. Okay, so if this is the case, that would be Irvin here, and his second wife outlived him. He died January, it looks like 15th, 1899, and she outlived him by 10 years. Second wife and first wife. Got it all that part of his family together, his wives. So anyway, that is it. This is the older cemetery. You would miss it easily if you're driving on 31 over there. It is not it's not really visible. You come along 55 miles an hour along 31, and there's no signage that I saw from the road. I had found it because I was Googling, if you will, and it's my second visit here. And I just thought I'd see, but there's no recent burials, even though that Smith grave has a newer, I don't know if somebody came out on and put that there recently. So that's it. You got to go through this gate. There's a gate there, I assume, to bring a hearse through, or for maintenance purposes or whatever. That tree line blinds this from the road, so you could easily miss it, very easily. But that is 31, and you see how fast the traffic goes by. I bet you majority of people have no clue of this little cemetery up here. I'm just going to kind of scan around. Oh, it feels good on the shade tree. Kind of warm. We're getting into the typical Alabama late spring, early summer weather. So there you go. Look out for the video. I'll probably add parts of this one since my cart on the GoPro filled up right as I get close to the end of the video. So I may add part of this to it. There you go.